The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
We talk about the deep state, we talk about the globalists.
Inflation versus deflation.
Well, I mean,
Here at Mar-a-Lago.
I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?
Oh, it works like a charm on you guys.
Let's go, Brandon.
Greetings, fellow patriots. What's up, guys? Sorry for the delay. It was a mix of trying to compile the perfect videos for everybody because it's such an epic day in our timeline of history, and also trying to fix some technical difficulties. But do you know the feeling like when your sports team has just been getting like pummeled by a certain team that you just despise for years and years and years, and it seemed hopeless? Like this is that, like, you know, times infinite. Like, do you see anything from Davos today? What Trump did at Davos?
no. So I've kind of intentionally, we're talking through text. There's a couple things we already been talking. I sent you a couple content things that I saw were cool, but I kind of let it be. So it's a little more raw and live. You know what I'm saying? So go for it.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of staying away from the news.
Yeah. So I mean, between Davos, the JFK stuff, he's going to California tomorrow. He's threatening California. Basically,
He's going to North Carolina tomorrow.
In California.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going right after that. Okay.
Yeah. We think he's just like a one-stop guy. No. But yeah, so dude, he laid the fucking pipe at Davos today. Oh shit, not supposed to swear in the first 8 minutes. All right, that's out the window. But doesn't matter. Epic day. So first. So these people at Davos, like, you know, they're globalists. We hate globalists. That's like our biggest enemy in the world, okay? And they despise every single thing that he's trying to do, and they had to kiss his ass today because of how much power he's accumulated. And he just like went line by line. Like, they hate oil. They want they were the big advocates for the Paris Climate Accords. He's like proudly announced, like, yeah, we're out of that. We're done with the gender bullshit. We're done with the climate bullshit. Like, line by line by line, like calling people out. I have clips from all of it. I'm going to show that. But first, I want to show a clip that has always really pissed me off, from like really shows how Klaus actually thinks. So this is in 2017. This is when Trump won the first time. And this is how Klaus reacted to that.
You have this anti-system movement. What we are seeing is a revolution against the system.
Yeah.
So fixing the present system is not enough. Now there is, of course, an anti-system which is called libertarianism, which means to tear down everything which creates some kind of influence of government into private lives. It's dismantling the system.
So what he's saying there, the concept of libertarianism, which basically means to, you know, operate freely outside of the government. I'm not completely libertarian because I think there's some flaws in it, but, you know, the overall principle of libertarianism is to not have a centralized government that's controlling every aspect of your life. And this is some guy that has nothing to do with the United States, not an elected official that we had anything to do with, like speaking out against what we voted for in 2017, pissed off that we're like bucking against the globalized system that's trying to put regulation on us and control the way that we live. So this is them like in their truest form, their truest feelings, just pissed off that Trump won. But then here is Klaus today when he had to swallow his pride and introduce Trump.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's like a hostage.
Hey, look, pissed, boy.
What great honor. What great honor and pleasure to welcome you back to the Davos community. Just 4 days into your new mandate, we highly appreciate your presence with us today.
God damn.
We wish
Get
you
off the knees.
all the best as you take on your critical work ahead.
So that's his little moment of shame. And then Trump just starts laying the fucking pipe. So let's see which one. I have like 5 clips here of him just pounding them. So let's see. What should I go with first? Let's go with gender, because that's something that they care near and dear about.
To hear that word, merit-based country. And I've made it official, an official policy of the United States, that there are only 2 genders, male and female. And we will have no men participating in women's sports, and transgender operations, which became the rage, will occur very rarely. Finally, as we restore common sense in America, we're moving quickly to bring back strength and peace and stability abroad. I'm also going to ask all NATO nations to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP, which is what it should have been years ago. It was only at 2%, and most nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time, and it was unfair to the United States. But many, many things have been unfair for many years to the United States.
So you got to remember, like, the core thing here is that this is poison to the ears of everybody there, because I mean, if for the average person who's like not crazy and like always looking at what the war between globalists and nationalists, like the whole concept of this is that like these people are obsessed with the idea of overpopulation and like creating a one world system where they could like rigorously control every aspect of society. So, you know, their whole thing is they have to weaken America to the point where they could kind of rein it in and harness it. So that's why, you know, a lot of our politicians do these inexplicable things that like objectively are is bad for America and like siphons off the strength and wealth from us. So that, because, you know, they're trying to all collectively push us towards this thing. So, but like when America's run a certain way, like when even if you were to like just get out of the way and let dude's thing, it automatically grows in strength because of how well set up it is. But like when you're actively like doing things that are in the best interest of it, it's like a fucking runaway freight train. And like, so that's why like these are some serious heavyweights here. This is like Larry Fink, Jamie Dimon. Wait till you see what he says to the CEO of Bank of America. He calls him the fuck out and this shit to his face. So just hilarious. I'm gonna show that in a second. But like, this is just like, he's just pounding them on every single thing they care about. Like the reason that the gender stuff is a thing is because they want to slow population growth. The reason that they had us make all these deals where we're not allowed to produce a certain amount of oils because, you know, energy is the economy. The more energy you have, the cheaper energy is, the more economic growth you could have, the more your population is going to grow. So just line by line by line, every single thing. So like here's Trump
I love it.
calling out the Bank of America CEO to his face for not allowing conservatives to do business with them.
Speaking of you, and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. They don't take conservative business. And I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
In front of everybody.
I'll say that your friend Gianni said hello, told me to tell you hello, and we look forward to sponsoring the World Cup when it comes both this summer for the club and next year. So thank you for getting that for the United States.
Yeah, thank you
very much,
everybody.
Like, guys, I've probably slept like collectively 3 hours in the last 3 days because of the sheer excitement and adrenaline of this. Like hit the like button for God's sake. If this is like, you know, cocaine to your ears, like I cannot tell you how much this shit energizes me. Like it's like this is like all of our hopes and dreams coming true. Like somebody just acting on our best interest that's running the freaking country. Like he wasn't even this emboldened last time, not even close. And that's why I played that clip at the beginning. I'll play the full thing real quick because it's an important clip. This is I attached it to my intro at the beginning because it's so important. This is like really where they really started to hate him when he was at the UN and said to them straight up, where did I put that thing? He says, the future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
Hell yeah.
It's plain to see.
If
If you want freedom,
This is 2019 at the UN summit, and a bunch of globalists.
I remember this.
take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
Boom. Like, what else do you freaking need? Like, anybody who opposes that, you should run away from them as fast as you can. So let's see. Next we have, let's go climate.
The ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal.
Which they love, by the way, and they fought and clawed to make Biden put that in place, and he's just like laying on. He's like, "Yeah, terminated it, gone. We're gonna drill, baby, drill." Just twisting the knife.
Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate,
which they also love.
Buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important, national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States is the largest oil and gas
liquid gold,
and we're going to use it. Not only will this reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services, it'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower,
which they also hate.
The world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. My administration has also begun the largest deregulation campaign in history, far exceeding even the record-setting efforts of my last term. In total, the Biden administration imposed $50,000 in additional regulatory costs on the average American household over the last 4 years. I have promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which will soon put many thousands of dollars back in the pockets of American families. To further unleash our economy, our majorities in the House and Senate, which we also took along with the presidency, are going to pass the largest tax cut in American history, including massive tax cuts for workers and family, and big tax cuts for domestic producers and manufacturers. And
by the way, why does he look so much younger and healthier and just overall better than
so that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that's how I right away knew, and I remember that speech, but the difference between him there and before is huge. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like now it looks like he's been like I don't know, been on.
Like he lost some weight. He got a better spray tan. Like because his spray tan did used to be orange. Like as much as I love him, like it wasn't a good shade before, but he found the right shade.
Oh yeah, real quick chat. Which was your favorite one so far? What video you like the most? Let us know.
Good question.
Make sure you hit like. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit that share button. Let people know, baby.
And is this the happiest that politics has made you feel in your entire life? Because, like,
I mean, like, I think
I feel like the equivalent of a Jets fan for politics for the majority of my life.
I mean, it feels good, right? Like, how can't you feel good? I mean, like, you know,
we were captive.
Yeah, for 4 years.
Like we were on a freight train going in a terrifying direction.
Any day you were literally waking up every day. What video of Biden did you just see him fall? Did you see him fall asleep? What is he?
What's he signing now? Like, oh, yeah, okay, we're not allowed to drill anymore.
No, like, and then like now you have Trump every single day. Here's what I'm signing. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'll be at tomorrow. Hey, by the way, America first. You know what I mean? Like getting in there, talking in front of, you know, the global, what is it? The global fucking
the global elite swamp creatures.
The global elites, like talking in front of like, hey, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like I was talking to a buddy and I'm like, man, he's moving different this time. It's like it's I don't know. It's like a revenge tour. You know what I mean? He's just on it. You know what I mean? And it's not just I would say against Democrats. It's against everyone, man. Like I really do feel like he's taken personal the war of Russia and Ukraine. He really has taken it very personal how great of a track we were on, and then like how bad it's gotten. You know what I mean?
You want to go there because he calls Saudi Arabia and OPEC out to their face, telling them that the war is their fault, and they bet he's actually disappointed that they didn't do what he wanted right since he was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, keep it.
Which, by the way, Nuffy said politics shouldn't have ever been the highlight of your day. I mean, I always laugh when people say like, "Oh yeah, politics doesn't interest me," or "I don't follow politics." Like,
it affects us.
You could say that all you want, but like you do. Anybody who says they don't care about politics does care about politics because it affects your health care, your income, the safety,
Everything.
like the crime that's around you. You know, like every aspect of your life, these fuckers have their hand in. So you know, you better care about who's running shit.
I mean, it's just like the last 24 hours, they've raided like major cities. They've gotten a bunch of criminals, and what I love about that too is they're like, this is who we just got. This is where he's from. This is his crimes. Like they are letting us know.
I love Homan so much,
but I really love the transparency of what they got going on. You know what I mean? They're not trying to hide. It's not like you got the news distracted. At this point, the news can't even distract us. They can't even help it but to show what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they actually have stuff to be proud of now. It's like not shameful anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Trump bragging about Saudi Arabia making a giant investment to the U.S., but also rounding up the number, just like, hey, like I think they're doing this much, but I think they'll go and do this much because we really helped them out. And by the way, you better lower your oil prices because that's the only reason the war's still going on.
Let's see.
Also reported today in the papers that Saudi Arabia will be investing at least $600 billion in America, but I'll be asking the Crown Prince, who's a fantastic guy, to round it out to around $1 trillion. I think they'll do that because we've been very good to them. And I'm also going to ask Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down the cost of oil. You got to bring it down.
Bring it down.
Which, frankly, I'm surprised they didn't do before the election. That didn't show a lot of love by them not doing it. I was a little surprised by that. If the price came down, the Russian
and he fucking remembered, baby.
Immediately.
He called him out.
The price is high enough that war will continue. You got to bring down the oil price. You got to end that war. They should have done it long ago. They're very responsible, actually, to a certain extent, for what's taking place. Millions of lives are being lost. With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us.
Damn, bro, there should be a fucking eagle every single time he fucking starts these
just
things.
like swoops by.
Oh, no! Just fucking a jet flying by at the end of every single one, too.
I know.
Shit. God damn, he just whipped out that fucking big fucking
the schlong, like
American schlong, man. He just dropped it right there, baby. Holy shit. Hell yeah. He ain't give a fuck. And he's walking different, man. He walking different.
Yeah, but he's absolutely right though, because I looked this up before, and so Russia's GDP, like 40% of it's connected to the price of oil. So you know, their oil goes down, say 10%, Russia's GDP automatically goes down about 5%. So you know, like if oil goes from like $80 a barrel to $60 a barrel, then boom, they get their GDP just totally wiped out. And that's why they waited till now to do this. So if you thought it was over then, he also calls out the EU. He didn't forget about the EU.
No, sir.
This might be a reason, I guess, why he's kind of getting some support from whatchamacallit, the big tech companies. Oh, where's that one?
Chat, let us know. Thumbs up if you like it.
Read some chats quick. Read some chats quick. I have to find one.
Here we go. We got DV8340 F-18 and an eagle as a pilot waving the flag. Damn straight. We got Les. I'm not gonna pronounce your last name, Les. I'm gonna mess it up, but thank God he turned Trump's head. Damn straight, brother. Thank God. We're all grateful. What else we got here? Bruce Tanner. And this is actually a good question here. Brand, did they officially release the JFK files? I had seen that they were working on it. It was going to happen. Do you have it, or are we still waiting?
So they did, and I'm going to show that after we do this run through. So what's going on with that right now is there's a process where the National Archives and the FBI or CIA database, like it's kind of like a thing where they like that's where the stuff gets dumped. And it's a process to go in there and retrieve it, but also it's a process for them to, make it from classified to unclassified. So I don't know, like, just the fact that there's stuff not on X, like going viral with like, oh yeah, like here's a new detail, like that's shows that there's nothing really out yet. Like, so I think that's in the works of being declassified still, but I'm going to show a video in a little bit of the exact process that you could do like once it is declassified, because there's going to be like some degree of deciphering that goes on, because it's like thousands of pages of documents.
Yeah, I saw like Congress kind of spoke about it, and then I know they said it could take up to a couple days here.
Yeah,
which they got weekends off, so probably won't be till Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday that we get this.
By the way,
But it is a process.
Speaking of declassifying the JFK files, the sick, twisted piece of shit Mike Pompeo, who was the last Secretary of State, who I guess was the one who convinced Trump not to declassify the entire thing. Like, that guy is a swamp creature. He also had his security detail revoked today, in addition to military industrial complex John Bolton. So, they're both on an island. Yeah,
They're both
gonna have to
club.
hire a mall cop or something if they want to have some semblance of security. All right, so this is Trump sticking up for big tech, being bullied by Europe.
I got a call from the head of a major airline, one of the biggest airlines in the world, and he said, "Sir, could you help us? What? Landing in Europe is brutal. They charge us fees for everything, and it's so unfair."
Really?
I said, "How does it compare to China?" He said, it's much worse. And the other thing, as you know, they took court cases with Apple, and they supposedly won a case that most people didn't think was much of a case. They won 15 or 16 billion from Apple. They won billions from Google. I think they're after Facebook for billions and billions. These are American companies, whether you like them or not. They're American companies, and they shouldn't be doing that. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a form of taxation. So we have some very big complaints with the EU. Thank you.
He's like, I ain't going to tell you, but something's coming. I got something up the sleeve.
Well, yeah, those freaking little rascals, I'll call them. They have 100% tariff on us for like everything, and we have a 0% tariff on them for like everything. So what the hell is that? Like Howard Lutnick, I believe he's the Secretary of Commerce. He laid this out really well. He said, "You ever hear of the Marshall Plan?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Like the whole plan?
I mean, the essence of the Marshall Plan is after World War II, like 90% of the gold in the entire world was in the United States, because we're in the position of being the one that countries like borrowed money from, then used that money they borrowed to pay us to build shit for them for the war. So that happened in World War I and World War II. So there's this giant transfer of money over that time period. So we let like 90% of the wealth in the world by the end of World War II, and Europe was just battered. So we're like, all right, we're going to create some ways to inject money into Europe and help it rebuild itself. So a big part of that was that we were like, okay, we could handle 0% tariffs, and we'll let them do 100% tariffs on us. And that's a okay idea if you're gonna do it for like 20 years, 30 years, 40s, really getting up there. But now we're like 70 years past World War II, 80 years past World War II. And we still have those same things in place, because either globalist politicians want to let us bleed out and kind of get pushed down to the level of everybody else to help implement globalism, or because they're stupid, or because they're getting bribes. I don't know, but it's definitely not in our best interest if we're trying to be a strong country. So I'm
interested. I am in 100% in favor of, let's start fucking gigging after Europe. You know what I mean? Let's start making a little more of our money back that they get on it. And I'm sure if we started putting some tariffs on them, they'd probably lower the ones they got on us. You know what I mean? And then I'm actually interested, chat, how many of you guys are in favor of this? I'm sure many people would agree. Let us know if you guys are in favor of putting some tariffs on Europe. Let's make some money back. Let's bring down that euro.
Well, go ahead.
I know, I know even the European Union now, even for Americans, it was an equal. We could go to the European Union whenever we wanted. We didn't have to put any visas or anything like that. I think now for the European Union, you have to pay some $15, $40. You got to pay for some type of certification or to be allowed into Europe. I know somebody right now, one of our buddies, Miguel, he's trying to go over there, and they're having to go through all these hoops just to go over to Europe. And it's like, you make all this money on us, and now you're going to make us pay you even more to go over there visit. And I think that just started this year, if I'm not wrong. Not on top of that, not only are you making all this money, now you're going to make everyone apply to go into the European Union and make even more money from us, you know?
Yeah, no, it's disgusting, and it's because we don't negotiate. We haven't had a negotiator in office since the last time Trump was in. And then before that, I don't even know when the last time was. Maybe Reagan. But this chart right here is a very important chart. Me and Pat made a video about this like a month ago, and had a couple million views. The whole essence of it was how to bring the like how to basically eliminate income taxes, like how to like replace that money with other things so that we don't have to pay taxes like involuntarily, like because sales tax is one thing because you're choosing to buy something, like okay, you want to get a little revenue on that, or that's one thing, but income tax, just like straight up taking it before you even have the chance to spend it, that's a whole different thing. But this chart right here shows percentage of government revenue that came from tariffs over the years. So go back to 1800. At one point in time, like from 1800 till I guess the Civil War, basically until the Civil War, like 80 to 100% of our government revenue came from tariffs. And as you'll notice, every time we had a war, that was when the number got knocked down, because when you have a war, you have to knock on the door of the central banks and start printing money, because you can't have a war, like a real war, without a central bank and the ability to print money. So they start printing some money in 1860, and that number gets knocked down to like
make it down.
Oh yeah, no, they never get back
up.
Yeah, it goes down to like 60-50% from 80-90. Then World War I happened. This is the year of the Federal Reserve right here, 1913.
And then bam.
Bam. Yep. Then it goes back up a little bit in the 20s, but then after World War II, that's all she wrote. We're at like 0.3% of our government revenue comes from tariffs, which is like, I don't know, I think the number was like $80 billion is what we generate off of like $4 trillion worth of imports that we have that we let other countries import to us.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had 100% tariff on that, that'd be $4 trillion, and our total federal budget's $5 trillion, which all comes from tax revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it was a 25% tariff, that'd be 20% of the revenue that comes from our taxes. So we could have like a 20% reduction in our taxes.
Oh yeah. I mean, he said it, and a lot of people are against tariffs for whatever reason, and then they tried.
It's a globalist thing.
Yeah, they tried bringing it down, and it's like, why? Why would you not want our country to make money? I mean, do we want to? Like, do you want to continue every year to be a threat of a government shutdown?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at what point do you not see it being bad that we're just kicking the can down the road and we don't want to confront that we are in serious debt? I mean, almost. I think we've already passed it a few years ago. Like, if we continue the way it was beyond return, like we were just going to stay in debt. But I guess, I mean, with this tariffs, I mean, potentially we can knock this thing out. I mean, it'd be awesome to see if we can knock it out within the next couple of years.
Yeah, and when it comes to our national debt, like it's not even that we have to pay it off, but it's just that we have to have our GDP go to a higher number than what our national debt is. So like our national debt's like 36 trillion, our GDP is like 29 trillion. So, if we get a couple of years of knocking down the debt a little bit and growing our GDP at a fast pace, we could get that number to even out within 4 to 6 years.
Man, imagine traveling after that, doing that. Boy, that American dollar be strong, baby.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's already getting really strong. So look at this, though. This is the 20 countries with the highest trade deficit, 2023. America blows everybody out of the water. Not even close. It's like 1.1 trillion. And then who would you imagine has the highest trade surplus?
Probably China or Russia.
You might just be right.
Probably, honestly, China. You might want to freeze your screen here for a second, but
it doesn't show the password.
Okay.
It'd be funny if it did. Well, I don't know what's not by me, but it is China. China is like, it's basically like the reverse of the one that I just showed. So the essence of this is that, like, these problems are super solvable problems, but the people who have been influencing our policy, the problem is that they don't want America to be as strong as it is, and they definitely don't want it to get stronger, which is why it's poison to their ears to hear the stuff that Trump is saying up there, which is hilarious. I think I may have one or two more of these, but then I have to show the greatest video ever that happened to Larry Fink today.
So we got a couple people saying no. We got 40 votes so far.
Yeah.
Is this the most exciting time of your life? 77 say yes. 22% no. Are you saying no?
Do you hate America?
No, I'm saying like, is the 22% no just saying like, man, I just got a lot of shit going on.
Well, what was more exciting than this? Because
listen, I get you, but what I'm saying are people say no because of the politics and they're upset because of politics and what's going on, or they say no because they're like, nah, man, I just got shit going on that this isn't as important for them.
But it's like right now, I'm excited about the future of America. I'm not nervous about having kids in this country if like the trajectory goes the way it's going right now. Like prior to this, like I was like, fuck, like I'm worried for myself, like, and I'm supposed to like have kids and shit here. Like, I don't know, like where's the optimism? But so speaking of globalist swamp creatures being deeply uncomfortable and I guess out of their element, Larry Fink from BlackRock, the $10 trillion company.
Yeah.
So he got a little bit of an ambush at Davos this week. So these great reporters from a place called Rebel News, it's a Canadian news outlet. They went to Davos and they encountered Larry Fink on the street, and they follow him for 10 minutes trying to ask him questions. And it's like you gotta see what happens. Like I don't even want to spoil it, but like what,
I mean, at this point, you're telling me the whole interview.
No, I'm not. Believe me.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? Fink.
Fink, are you going to follow Donald Trump's plan and get rid of DEI and ESG in your companies? BlackRock really is the opposite of Donald Trump in so many ways. You're authoritarian, you're anti-populist, you're top-down. Are you going to change it all in light of the U.S. presidency?
No, they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
How is Donald Trump? Have you talked to Donald Trump since he was elected? Is the World Economic Forum a counterpoint to Donald Trump? Why are you running away from simple questions? Just answer a question. Have you talked to President Trump yet? Why are your bodyguards pushing away journalists, Mr. Fink?
They're simple questions. Is it that hard to answer a question that you need bodyguards?
Hell yeah, boys.
To swerve through traffic. Yep. Is the next 4 years going to be bad for business with Donald Trump in charge? Is peace the last thing you want on this world?
Yeah.
Which makes more money for you, war in Ukraine or peace in Ukraine? Ezra Levant's my name, Mr. Fink.
Any kind of war.
Did you just take a photo of you?
Am I supposed to be scared? Is that a threat, Mr. Fink?
You saw that?
Are you used to bullying your way through life?
You see what just happened right there?
Yeah,
you took a picture of him?
Yeah, he took a picture of him. With his phone, right?
Did you miss it?
Yeah, I was trying to look up.
Which
something.
makes more money for you, war in Ukraine or peace in Ukraine? Ezra Levant's my name, Mr. Fink.
If I was that guy to go to a mountain and top and cabin and hide out forever.
Dude, this guy's so powerful that he's like, you look up any company in the world, type in top shareholders of XYZ company, it goes BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, or Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, whatever order. Those are the three biggest ones, biggest shareholders in every company. When the U.S. government has a stock market crash or a financial crisis, the Federal Reserve calls this guy and BlackRock to help them as their contractor to fix the economy because they're professionals in that. So, like, our Federal Reserve, our fucking central bank, outsources the repair of our damaged financial system to this guy.
BlackRock
so
also.
I don't know who he's about to send that picture to, but he's about to I have these thoughts going through my head of like the scariest looking people in the world receiving that picture and like him saying like eliminate.
Did you just take a photo of you?
Am I supposed to be scared? Is that a threat, Mr. Fink?
Are you used to bullying your way through life?
You saw that? He went at him. Look, he.
Is that how you've lived your entire life without having... Look at this. Don't push back, mate. Don't push me, bro. Don't push me.
When was the last time you answered a question that you didn't know was coming? Why are you so unaccountable? Isn't that what you love about the World Economic Forum? You control everything.
Why do you think you deserve so much power?
Again,
Hey,
the other
minute.
guy.
Should I be scared now?
Yeah.
Which of your former directors
Yeah,
do you want
100%,
to run
buddy.
Canada? Mark Carney or Chrystia Freeland?
So they went
bro.
public in 1999. I knew it was in the 90s, and I didn't remember when it was. It was 1999 when
Who,
they went
BlackRock?
public. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they started in 1988. And then they made a lot of money in the early 2000s.
They
And it
bought
was-
iShares.
Yeah, and they made a lot of money also off of the Iraq and Afghanistan war.
Yeah.
BlackRock used to have some of the best contracts, military contracts, and that like people got in.
Are you thinking of Blackwater?
No, so I think Blackwater wasn't Blackwater and BlackRock.
No, you're thinking of Blackstone. Blackstone and BlackRock were the same organization.
Oh, okay, Blackstone. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, the
Go.
sequencing of them was like he specialized in things like at like each point in time, like he's specialized in bonds, like when he first started. Then he specialized in like the index funds and like the things that like kind of bundle a bunch of stocks together, and they just kept making a lot of good moves. And
But their umbrella is huge though.
yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
Like they own at least 10% of every company in the S&P 500.
Yeah.
What? What are you getting violent for, man?
This dude's wild.
Like you get, man. Look at these thugs. They fund wars around the world, and then you question them. They try not only to intimidate you, but physically assault you.
What's with taking photos of journalists who ask you prickly questions?
Who's more powerful, you or President Trump?
Ooh.
That had the buddy, I would run.
Why do you think you're so
Run.
disliked around the world?
Why are so many U.S. states divesting from your ESG schemes? Why are you putting your ideology ahead of your investors with ESG, Mr. Fink? Isn't that being disloyal to shareholders? Putting your ideology ahead of rate of return? Why do you think you're above accountability? Is it because you're rich?
Dude, like this video goes on for we're 4 minutes in. It goes on for 10 minutes of just this happening. He doesn't say a word to them.
Just going at him, brother. That is insane.
It's like, I mean, like, why do you think he like wouldn't say a single word? Like, you know, I mean, you would think if somebody's capable of building a $10 trillion company, that they could be savvy enough to just like, you know, fuck around and like say some offhand things and be like kind of make a joke out of it or say like something. Like he's that terrified to make an unscripted statement.
No, I mean, for the reporters, good for you. You know, I mean, good for you actually doing the work. You know, what I mean?
Like that's journalism.
That is legit. You're asking the right question. You got some fucking balls, my friend. You just put it on. I mean, you definitely just put your life at risk 100%.
Who do you think he sent that picture to, by the way?
I don't know.
Like why was that his initial thought to just take out so and snap a picture?
It's like you remember the movie in obviously everybody knows John Wick, but you know when they call like and then put the name up on top, John Wick's name on top of that whole organization.
Yep.
It's like $5 million. So the person who takes out these big reporters is like, just made a phone call, you know, put it in.
Did you hear what they said when he said it? They're like, for the record, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah.
I'll keep going.
I just feel like walking with him now because his big scary bodyguards. And I don't know, Ezra, I just want to make it clear I will not kill myself.
I have no suicidal thoughts either. Mr. Fink's taking pictures of me and Abiy Yamini. I think that's meant to intimidate. It's a little weird though. It feels a little thin-skinned. Do you think you're above questions? Like, why don't you even answer? Surely you have the answers.
Nah.
Why do you think BlackRock has become so hated, one of the world's most reviled brands?
Pushing all the
Do you
buttons.
take any responsibility for that?
Oh, they're hitting everything. That Trump one definitely was like.
Who do you feel accountable to? It's obviously not shareholders. Do you have a God complex?
Was Biden the best thing for you?
Yeah.
And did you fail by
Down.
not being able to get another Democrat president?
Why don't you run for public office and test the support for your ideological ideas?
You don't want that.
Like, I can't believe he goes this long without saying anything to them.
Is this the most uncomfortable you've ever felt? Do you think this is okay? You're a security guard.
I like how they're both going back
Sure,
and forth.
obviously
like,
you do. You took
one
my
goes
photo
for a
because
bit,
you
like,
hope-
"Ah, you go.
They're just tag teaming them.
They're just
Then
going
he'll
at
catch
it.
up with me later. Is that supposed to
Okay.
scare me?
Have your bodyguards learned from you to disrespect the little people? Is that how you feel about the little people, Mr. Fink?
Are you not worried because you own the local police?
What politicians have you had meetings with, or is that a secret? Why don't you publish your itinerary? Is it because you're doing lobbying or being lobbied?
Do you think this makes BlackRock look better or worse? The fact that you've got hired thugs pushing journalists into cars, into buildings. Is that just typical? Is that the way you do business?
This dude's like Dembe from Blacklist.
Look a little bit weird that someone as rich,
Raymond.
powerful, and smart as you can't answer any questions. Or is it that you just think you're above
that
questions?
camera almost ran. Oh, there he is! I saw it!
The security guard called that karma. Is that how you feel?
He did some black booty while he said, bam, drop.
What's the end game for you?
The sniper,
You're
The
rich.
sniper took out
You're
the
powerful.
cameraman.
What's next for you? Do you want to run for president one day?
Security guard said,
Or do you have
"Take out
bigger
the
goals?
cameraman."
Don't push me on the ice. You don't want a lawsuit now, do you?
He don't care. You don't want to go against him. You can't.
No.
There's no point in running for office because you can control them. You can control both sides from outside. Why are you pushing ladies? Mate. Where are you from? Why are you such a thug? What are you so angry about in life? Did somebody hurt you as a kid?
See, my question is, right?
Who are we going to meet tonight for
Imagine if
dinner?
CNN, Fox News, NBC News got in his face like this. What is the repercussions? What happens? Does he do the same?
Well, no, he
Or
feels
at that point, you think it'd be more staged and he would answer it?
well, he goes on CNBC, MSNBC, like, or no, CNBC, like every week, or not every week, but like every month. Like that's a safe place. That's like the Jim Cramer fucking CNN version of the Wall Street stuff, because that's a safe place. And like those places are only operating still because like the vast majority of it's because of pharmaceutical money that pays for all their shit. Like they're not profitable companies. It's like just a way to get your message out. Like the same reason that Elon was willing to overpay for Twitter or for X. It's the same reason that like certain companies are willing to invest in and overpay for like the cable news TV, because they're able to push a message and there's a significant amount of value in that. But yeah, he's like a scripted slimy snake, like always saying the same thing when he goes on those channels. But it's like this is like the first time he's been in this situation.
They didn't. So Blackwater made money off of Iraq and Afghanistan.
Totally different though.
No. BlackRock got all their money from the crash. Is that correct? They made that much money from the crash.
It wasn't all from one thing. They made a series of smart investments. Like they specialized in bonds in the 70s and 80s when it wasn't popular. They bought what was it? They bought iShares when which is like an index fund like that, like where they started doing this thing where they said, hey, you're never going to pick the right stocks, just like own the entire market. So they started bundling like the entire market together in these cheap index funds, and the fees on them are much cheaper. So they like found a way to offer shares to the entire market at like a cheaper rate than anybody else was doing. So like Vanguard did that, BlackRock did that, and it's like a super profitable model. And then they
and Jessica, I know Blackwater's military contract. I was just confusing them for a second, but I remember BlackRock started in the 80s, and then they went public, and like I said, it was 1999.
So yeah, they started off like Steve Schwartzman's the guy who owns Blackstone. That's a real estate company. And then Fink is BlackRock. They started as one company, but it was Schwartzman's company, Blackstone, but Fink wanted to go public. Schwartzman didn't, so they separated and they called it BlackRock instead of Blackstone. Should we listen to this guy at all? He was on Alex Jones today, like a little bit of his. This is the guy who did it. Let's see what he has to say. Quick.
Countries have congratulated Donald Trump. Even countries that are officially hostile to America go through the motions of saying, yes, I wish him good luck. Why wouldn't this man even say that? He has control over our lives, Alex, but he doesn't feel he needs to answer for what he does or doesn't do.
Wow.
They need bodyguards.
Others.
Over the quote Marshall Plan and managing the giant money laundering in Ukraine officially. So when you say that, I mean, it's not like it's your opinion. It's intense. Go ahead.
And we weren't swearing. We weren't blocking them. In fact, they were sort of blocking us. I said Mr. Fink. I didn't say Larry or hey you. We certainly didn't swear. We weren't blocking them. These questions are questions that, at the very least, just say, hey guys. They could have said anything. They could have even just been polite and said, I'm in the middle of something right now. I guess he was. I mean, he could have answered. He could have said, yes, I had a call with President Trump, or no, I haven't yet, or I wish him the best. Like,
he ain't going to talk to Trump. He ain't going to talk to him.
Have congratulated Donald Trump. Even countries that are officially hostile to America
it's against his plan.
Go through the motions of saying, yes, I wish him good luck. Why wouldn't this man even say that? And so there was a moment where I don't know if he caught it, where we showed it there. He pulled out his cell phone and then he turned to me and he took a photo, and he sort of had a face on him like, I got you, buddy.
Oh yeah, he loves having power over people. It's pure intimidation, and he looks like a wet cat. I've never seen him look so angry because you guys have the facts and the.
But yeah, so I mean, good shit to these guys. That's how journalism is supposed to be.
100%. That's badass.
Yeah,
to see it's still somewhat alive somewhere.
Well, yeah, there's a rekindling, because I mean, it's like not even something that I think a lot. Like, I think the people who like go into journalism saying like, yeah, I'm gonna be a journalist, like those aren't the people who. It's like people who end up being like really well known for that stuff are people who just like are curious about things and end up like accidentally being like looked at as a journalist. So yeah, we could put a bow on that. That was interesting. I mean, he said some other stuff at Davos once he got to his safe space with this CNBC booth, but it was just the usual BS. Jamie Dimon, on the other hand, said some positive things about Trump. That's a good sign. The Bank of America guy, like we saw in the thing, he was ready to kiss Trump's ass. So Larry Fink seems to be the only outlier who feels like above the need to, make amends with Trump. But Trump's got a good circle of former haters around him, like the bank CEOs and the tech CEOs. It's a pretty good start. And it seems like he's trying to win with win the fight with sugar instead of vinegar or something, or honey instead of vinegar. I think we lost Cam, but that is okay because I have so much to show still. So the next thing we're going to talk about is I guess we gotta go with JFK. So JFK, we'll play this thing quick. If you guys didn't see it, this is pretty epic, especially the way that Trump did it. Let's take a look at this.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
for decades.
Mm.
And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. They said to give the pen to RFK Jr. I love that. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat right now. Who are you most curious to? Which assassination are you most curious to learn more about? JFK, RFK, or MLK? JFK, RFK, MLK. Boom, in the chat. All right, so unfortunately, not a lot of stuff's coming out about this yet. I've been, searching and looking. There's a video that a guy gave about how exactly to go about finding this stuff. I mean, I've done a decent amount of this, like government archive investigating and whatnot before, but the site was crashing when I went to look at it before. So here's the process you go through when you go to look this stuff up.
Teach you how to find the JFK files as soon as they're released, because this is something Trump has ordered, and it's going to be a huge deal. You're going to go to archives.gov, and you're going to find a page that is specifically for the JFK assassination files. As you can imagine, they get a lot of requests about this at the National Archives. You're going to look for the master page that has all of the different JFK assassination records on it. You can also find that at archives.gov/research/JFK. Once you're on that page, you're going to notice that they have different sections, but the primary one to look at is the released files, which goes by year. The latest is 2023. And of course, you can look at all the different reports like the Warren Commission and other different ways of finding material or sorting by name and things like that. Now, as soon as you actually go into one of the year pages, you're going to notice a huge list of files. It's like a spreadsheet, and it has record numbers and agencies that it came from and who it's from and where it's going, and is it deemed relevant even to the JFK assassination investigation or not. But all of these different files are part of the disclosure. So this is kind of how you can tell quickly at a glance what it's about. And as soon as the Trump release is actually going through, you're going to see a similar dump of files like this. So you want to be able to go through and kind of understand exactly what it is that you're looking at, which agency it's from, and just as importantly, you need to understand how to actually find the file. So you can see that there's a little PDF link on each of these rows, and that's actually the original scanned copy of the file. So in this case, you can see this was a CIA document. It was from Esterline to the chief of the finance division, and it was redacted, is why they held it back. So you can see here they have a specific thing that says subject was recruited by Anastasia at the rate of $300 per month. So President Trump's ordered releases are going to be just like this. It's going to be a whole bunch of files, and unlikely that they're going to give you any easier guide to look through this. When these first come,
what's up?
They don't want you to really be able to go through it.
Absolutely not. But so that's the process to go through. I'll drop a link in that. I just want to show everybody in case you guys are curious. I'm going to be doing what he said to do there, like the next few days, waiting for the stuff to come out. But I mean, in the meantime, what level, so what percentage of all these things do you feel like you already know? Because I feel like I'm already maybe 90% there on all this stuff.
We watched that movie together. We've talked a lot about it.
The JFK thing, yeah. Like, I mean, we see the motive. It's like, what? Show me the motive, and I'll tell you the crime, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go together to at Dallas where it was.
Oh yeah,
and yeah.
No, the only confusing thing though is like how many people he was pissing off at the same time, because it's like you could make a case that was the Federal Reserve, like he was doing something that very much fundamentally threatened the existence of the Federal Reserve. You can make the case that it was the mafia because the family screwed over the mafia. You can make the case it was the CIA because he said he was going to smash the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the wind. You can make the case that was the military-industrial complex because he wanted to de-escalate the war with Russia and not engage in Vietnam and denuclearize. You can make the case that it was the Jewish people because he was trying to inspect their nuclear program, or like the Israeli people, whatever you want to call it. You can make the case that it was the oil companies because they were cracking down on them. I feel like there's so many that I feel like I'm forgetting some. You can make the case, obviously, that was LBJ because he fucking despised him, and he was a ruthless, like Frank Underwood type of politician.
Which one are you leaning more towards?
I'm leaning towards it was just like an overall agreement because like a lot of those groups kind of overlap. It's like they're all part of that cabal that like really controls the way that things go. So I think that there's just consensus and like, all right, yeah, I'm on board. Like I'm down. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm leaning more that it's more than one organization. And now here's my biggest thing right with this, right, is I think a lot of people are expecting the files to come out and we're just going to know who did it. It was this person. Do you think, here's my question. Do you believe that the files, because they released, I think they set up to like 80%, 90%. So we're just really waiting on the last chunk of it, right? Which was said that the controversy behind it was that it was, a CIA tactics and they didn't want it to be public and this and that, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people I feel like are on the side of all that last 10% is going to tell us who it was, how many shooters, who was involved. Do you think it will be like that, or do you think it'll be more investigation notes on who it could have been, who they led to believe was involved? Or do you think it's going to say, oh, there was more than one shooter? What are you expecting from this big reveal, right?
Well, the magic bullet thing, that's in the skull fragments, like, there's never really been like a clear-cut ballistics report of like how the bullet hit his head and what it did to his head, and like whenever you got stuff like that, like same thing with the Trump assassination attempts, like they never released a ballistics report that showed like exactly how many bullets were fired and where they came from, where they ended up. So anytime that happens, they get super suspicious. And if they're able to show like just like an x-ray of JFK's head, like how the bullet hit him, where it came out, how many times he got hit, they'll show exactly where the person was who shot him. And that hasn't even been revealed yet. So, that's the simplest thing. Like if you see where he got hit, like which like the medical records, if you see where he got hit, you could see, like you could look at an overview, like a eagle's eye map of the situation. Say like, okay, the person was obviously right here. Then it couldn't have been from the library, or it couldn't have been from the grassy knoll, depending on where it hit him. Or there were three different people because it hit him from here, here, and here. Did you see the thing that got released the other day that like it was a tape of people saying that LBJ did it, like recordings of the head of the DNC at the time?
No, there's a video on that?
Yeah, check this out. So Alex Jones released this the other day, and it like.
So real quick, chat. What are you guys expecting from this reveal?
Right? Are you expecting to be shocked? Are you expecting it to be a letdown? Or are you expecting like evidence to be withheld? Because like the January 6th thing, they're saying they destroyed evidence. Like maybe did they destroy evidence? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious, and that's kind of like where I'm curious to see what is that percentage that they were so adamant about.
Yeah, the 20%.
Yeah, like what is in that 20% that they did not want to see? You know what I mean? That's my curiosity. Do I think we're gonna get every answer? No, I don't think we're gonna get everything answered.
Well,
excuse me.
Why was Mike Pompeo so concerned about being released? Because Trump said that was the person who told him not to do it, like not to release all of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, so why does he have a vested interest in this? Like everybody who's involved in it, I would think would be dead. So here, this is like a minute or two. So check this out.
How's life treating you today? Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Linda and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been hectic in every way, but we've lived through this far. I guess we'll continue to do so. Lyndon should have never issued that order to Mike, but we've had our differences, and I'm a true blue to Lyndon, as I've always been, and tried to carry out every order that he's ever given me. But this is one I'll probably never be able to forget. And the times that we've had in Texas, and the embarrassment that Lyndon had gotten from Kennedy, I guess there wasn't anything else to do but what he did.
Well, you know, Lyndon could have really hit me if he would.
Well, Lyndon's the kind of person that doesn't want to help anyone. He's all for Lyndon, and that's the way
Henry Marshall killing, and they just kind of blackmailed me to keep my mouth shut. If I hadn't had a bunch of tapes that I played after he got killed, because 17 got killed.
So real quick, Brand, we just got a couple people that just joined up. You want to update them what we're looking at, what we're seeing?
And I've done a lot.
Yeah, I mean, so you just spoke over the part where he was like saying the big reveal.
Oh, my bad. We just got a good.
No, so I mean, this is a video that came out a few weeks ago on Alex Jones. It's allegedly tapes of the head of the DNC at the time. What's his name? Wallace, or Clifton C. Carter. They're pretty much like, all stressed out talking to each other about like how LBJ ordered them to put people in place to kill JFK and like making the case that it was a coup. So I don't know if it's a real tape. Like it could be AI. Like the mainstream media didn't really talk about it too much, but I don't know. I think that like whatever comes out in the next few days will probably not look too good for Lyndon Johnson.
Make sure you guys hit that like. Let's set some shares. Baby.
We have a good ratio. We have 350 watching and we have 119 who liked it. So it's a pretty good ratio, but don't let up now. So next, let's go with so much freaking to talk about. Let me see this thing. Next, let's go with so Trump said something that I absolutely love and totally agree with yesterday.
So real quick, before we move on, just because we're still on these files. So we talked about the JFK files, kind of we're curious to what to see. What about with the MLK files? What are you expecting to come out of that? What are you expecting to be seen? Tell me on that. What are you thinking or feeling about that?
Like who's the lead person behind it, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think LBJ is the ringleader because, I mean, the vice president kind of has to be behind it because you have to make sure that the vice president's not going to look into it. Yeah.
I've seen on chat-wise, we got 84% are more curious about the JFK. RFK is coming at the bottom at 4% and MLK at 12%. I'm kind of in that range as well. I think in order for me, it's JFK, 100% without a doubt, number 1. 2, MLK, and 3rd, RFK.
Well, one thing that I think that I know for sure is I think that MK Ultra patsies were used to do this because each person that was like the assassin that got listed and like locked up as the assassin, like it's the same thing. Like they were all confused and stuff, and they got arrested and they didn't know where they were. They didn't remember what they had done, and like it was just like a perfect caricature of the classic enemy of the government at the time. Like the guy was like he traveled to Russia and freaking was a socialist or a communist or whatever. Lee Harvey Oswald. Like it's one of those. It's like it feels like the equivalent of what they're trying to do with Iran every time there's a threat against Trump right now. Like how they after Trump got shot in the air, they start talking about Iran. Like shut up, it's not fucking Iran. Like what are you talking about? Like yeah, they're trying to break into his phone still, and they're saying that he might have been texting people in Iran. Like you think Iran has the balls to fucking try to shoot at Trump? Like look at what he did to them when what was the Soleimani thing in response to? Because they airstruck our base or something. Do you remember what that was even in response to?
What's that?
The Soleimani thing that was in response to something, right?
So Soleimani got killed because they an Iran militia group pretty much hit a U.S. embassy.
Yeah. Okay.
In Baghdad.
So we wipe your third most powerful person off the face of the earth because you guys attacked an embassy. So, like, you think they have the balls to go at him?
Yeah, I mean, years later, yeah. I mean, and at that point, too, after that, I mean, Iran they tried to get even with us and they threw the missiles, and then Trump offered, and then Trump offered, what was it, the peace deal or whatever with them, and then he ended up just adding sanctions.
Yeah. So what I'm going to play now is Trump's view on this California thing, which I love because I'm fully behind it. There's some corrupt shit going on, and we should not give them a dime. So with the wildfires, what's up?
Okay, before we get on that, just curious, are you going to talk about how he kind of threatened on Russia or no? Or did you already talk about that? I wasn't paying attention yesterday. I was at work, but did you hit that?
Threatened on Russia?
Yeah, how he said he was very disappointed, and if they didn't do anything anytime here soon, he would be 100% putting sanctions on them. And he kind of like threw a little threat out there to Russia, and then a lot of people went on and commented talking about how, well, I thought that was supposed to be his best friend. I thought he was in their pocket.
It's such a stupid thing to say that he's their best friend. Like he's I believe he said that he likes to use tariffs instead of sanctions because you could get around sanctions, but you can't get around tariffs. And like above everything, if you want to hurt Putin, the biggest way to hurt him is to knock down the price of oil. And it sounds like he's going to have enough influence to do that with OPEC. Like Biden never even asked OPEC to lower oil prices or even put any pressure on them at all. Like we could put a lot of pressure on them. We have a lot of mechanisms to do that. So, and I mean, Putin came out the other day saying that he's interested in finding a path towards peace. So I'm very confident that like within, I don't know, the next 2 weeks, we're going to like be having terms for a peace deal. Like it's really just going to come down to, I think like that eastern slice of Ukraine is going to be part of Russia because it's like mostly Russian speaking citizens anyway who like are more like lined up with their views of like the way that Russia is. So, I mean, keep in mind like Ukraine was part of Russia for like 93% of Russia's entire existence. So, you know, they're only 20 years removed from like not being part of Russia. So Zelensky's gonna have to just fucking shut up and take it. All right, so
all right, go ahead. Go into California.
Trump, California. This is gonna escalate into everything because this is gonna be the leverage that Trump has over Democrats.
They just
should give California anything until they let water flow down into there. I don't think we should give California anything until they let water flow down into there.
From the north to the south.
This is a political thing. I don't know what it is. You know, they talk about the Delta smelt. It's a little tiny fish like this. They say it's an endangered species. Well, how is it endangered? No wonder it's endangered. It's not getting any water. How do you, if you have a fish and you're stopping the water, isn't that going to hurt the fish?
Move on to the
And by the way, I don't really believe it's the Delta smelt because nobody could do that.
It's
not endangered either. They have it in other locations, etc.
So I've shown you that water chart before, right? That shows that 97% of water in the world's from the ocean, then like 2% from glaciers and like 0.6% from like is what we use for everything, right? So that already sounds small, but out of that 0.6% of all the water in the world that we use for everything, California has found a reason to dump half of their water into the ocean. So that's what he's talking about right now. Instead of letting the water flow from the top part of California where there's a lot of water to the bottom part where there's not a lot of water, they just divert it into the fucking ocean.
Yeah, and I agree. So his attitude even now kind of on it. When he first kind of got talked about it, he said he was going to wait, go talk to Gavin Newsom and see what's going on. He said he was going to help him out. There was going to be some relief. And in this interview, it was a slight different turn, but in a good way. I'm not mad at the way he kind of turned about it because at first he was like, yeah, I'm going to go. You know, he's going to go to North Carolina first, then he's going to California. He's saying, he's like, yeah, we're gonna help him out, but they're going to owe us some favors, so this is going to be good. You know what I mean? He's kind of saying like, all right, now you owe me, but now him saying, you know what? You got to turn that on. Like, it's like, oh, wait, hold on. No, I have you right where I want you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to help out the people because this is stupid, right? Dumping all that water in the ocean is stupid, right? This should have never even have happened. This should have never gone to that big of a scale that it went, right?
Yeah.
And he's been talking about it even before he got into office.
So he's not politicizing it. It's a like long held opinion of his.
Exactly. It's been ongoing. He's been saying like this makes no sense. This is stupid. But I think he's realized the power he does have, though. You know what I mean? Where he's like, hold on. I'm going to act on behalf of the people, right? And I'm going to act on behalf of the people in California, and I'm going to say, go ahead. You know what I mean? I'll get you those funds, but open that glitter. And he literally said, it goes, it's a switch. That's all they got to do.
Yeah, and the pipes are already built, and he's like, there's homeless people living in the pipes now. But it's not going to be just this because he said the same thing with the tax bill that he wants to pass and everything. He said like the Democrats are going to want to get this money in California, so that's going to be a big bargaining chip for when he's trying to pass the bills he's going to pass. So he wants to bundle everything that he's trying to do that needs congressional approval into one package, and he's going to leverage that California money as part of that. So I guess it's a advantageous setup to say the least. And like, I don't have a problem with it because I mean, they're gonna try and say that's unethical. You know, it's fucking unethical is to like dump half of your water into the ocean with no inexplicable reason. Like your excuse is that it's gonna hurt the fish. Like I still can't wrap my head around that. Like he said there, like how does it endanger the endangered fish by letting water go from like south instead of west?
You're not doing anything with that.
Yeah, I don't get it. But I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing, and that's probably going to be something they try to attack them on over the next like few weeks or months, depending on how fast this stuff gets passed. But so that's something to keep an eye on. And your boy, your preacher, I meant to tell you about this.
Yes, I know. I sent you the video.
What about? Wait, I didn't watch the video. What the video you watched? You sent me say.
So the video, he actually commented on the woman that tried telling Trump to look out for illegals in the LGBTQ. Is that the video you're about to show?
No, I'm about to disappoint you.
What?
So you still have a high opinion of this guy?
Well, I mean, I don't really know any of his past history.
No, but your gut told you that you liked them.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that he went and preached there and everything. And just yesterday or today, I'm trying to look at the video. So I sent you the video. He was on Fox News today talking about just talking down on that preacher that tried to talk to Donald Trump about be good to the LGBT and the immigrants and all that. And he was like, that's the devil right there.
Well, what if I mean, I agree with him on that point, but what if I told you that your boy, after Trump launched his crypto coin, he tried to get on the action. He launched his own crypto coin and he actually did a rug pull.
Oh, what?
Like, the rug pull thing that everybody like is afraid of with those. Like if you sell all, like if you're the one who creates it, then you sell it all really quickly. He fucking rug pulled a bunch of people for like 20 grand. Where'd this thing go? Detroit pastor unveils meme coin at Trump's inauguration. Then the cryptocurrency crashes by over 90% within 24 hours. He's like, the Lord wants you to buy this crypto.
No.
Yeah, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell of Detroit's.
Now, did he do it, or is this somebody trying to do bad on his behalf because he went and performed there?
No, he did it. Like, there's multiple articles about this.
Really? That's
yeah. He straight up rug pulled people. So I don't know. I mean, I love that.
Texas woman said like hot tour. Yeah, literally same thing. That's like hilarious.
DL News reports that token is down 93% from its 4.5 million market.
Texas woman says he's being framed. I'm like, that's kind of where I first went to.
Is he being framed? Maybe. I've seen multiple things saying this. Though. I mean, maybe he's being framed. I guess we'll see more come out about that later. But I don't know. He has to come out and deny it. Like I haven't seen him comment on it yet. But anyway, that was just a little fun fact.
Yeah, like I said, the video I sent you, it's on your phone. He really grilled that other pastor, priest, whatever you want to call him.
Want me to play it? I'll play it quick.
Yeah, play it.
Let me grab that.
So I thought it was good.
Yes. Let's see. Here we go. Is it on TikTok?
It's a Fox News video.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
She is the worst preacher I have ever in my life heard. It was awful. It was so bad. I'm grateful my wife was not there. She would have ran out of that church. I could not believe that she would use that moment to speak a demonic message as if she was using the Bible. She used her platform to practice illogical malpractice. It was horrible. It was the worst message I've ever been in my life. It was believers. We prayed after. We prayed for our president after that message. I was the last person to leave that building because I was so offended about how she used her platform.
Preach.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think he'd go on Fox News right there? They'd bring him on if he just scammed a bunch of people?
I don't know. I want to know if it's true. Like I get it. Like misinformation is a thing, but I don't know. Like if Trump's doing it and Melania's doing it, I just assume it's fair game for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame anybody for doing it, but it's funny if a pastor just like does it the first chance he gets, like at an inauguration. Like,
that sounds so sketchy. That just sounds
Yeah.
framed. It sounds framed. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, keep going.
Bro's a capitalist. Okay, Texas woman, I see you. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Yeah, I mean, all right. So I have one last video to show, and it is maybe the most interesting one yet. And I'm not gonna say anything about it because I just want to see all of your genuine initial reactions to it. So let's see, where did I put this thing?
What are you cooking?
Read some comments while I look for this thing. Oh, here we go.
That racism.
You're like
this.
10.
I see this. I know.
Don't
Exactly.
say anything. You're like 10 for 10 for like speaking instantly, like the second the video starts tonight. By the way.
All right. Go.
All right.
I learned that racism is passed down generationally, so it's internalized, which makes sense. I was walking home. It was late at night, and this black guy walks towards me. And instinctively, I grab my purse, even though logically, I know he's not for sale. He did steal my wallet, though.
It's so good because you like automatically have that reflex, like, oh my god, oh, she's like virtue signaling. She's gonna say like I felt nervous, but like you should feel nervous if you see a guy at night and you're a girl. But that was good. That was really creative.
Oh, that was great. That was excellent. That was on Kill Tony. I saw that. I was dying laughing. I was dying on that.
Yeah, no, we need more of that. But that is the rundown for today.
Did you happen to look up on that other one that I had sent you? Because I really want to.
Which one?
Bring that one up.
What you got?
That woman he pardoned.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yes, I really.
Under the radar pardon.
Yeah, so Beverly Williams, pro-life activist. She was imprisoned by the Biden administration for protesting outside abortion clinics.
Yeah, so crazy.
Yes.
And then like the other side's lighting like if you light an abortion clinic on, or what is it? If you light a pro-life place on fire, it's okay. But if you protest outside an abortion place, you go to jail.
About this? No, you didn't hear about it. You know why? Because it makes Trump look good. They don't want anything to make Trump look good. Trump pardons pro-life activist Beverly Williams, who was imprisoned by the Biden administration for protesting outside abortion clinic. This lady been in prison or in jail all this time. Kamala didn't make a peep about this. She didn't talk about it in her speeches. All she wanted to do was bring out Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla to twerk and give Beyonce all y'all money that y'all donated. I ain't talking about y'all, but the people who don't like my videos, the ones that come over here creeping like roaches and come and tell me about myself, tell me I'm not black enough. Well, she must have wasn't black enough for y'all because y'all didn't even care about her being locked up. Well, now she's free. Thank you, God, and thank you, Trump, the non-racist president.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it's funny that they, everybody's acting freaked out on the liberal side that, Miss D, thank you. You're the best. Great stream, guys. Shout out to the awesome people in the chat. Brandon, do you have Discord for your channel? Smash like on your... Yes, I usually put that in the description. Let me put that in there. So I'm on Telegram, not Discord. I'll throw that in the chat right now. Thank you so much, Miss D. You're the best. OG right there, Miss D. So, but it's funny that they were saying that, like, everybody's like, oh, he's going to be like the dictator or revenge president. And, he's going to go after people with a vengeance and lock them up. Like, you haven't heard a peep out of him of saying like vengeful things. Like Hannity was asking me the other day, like, do you have the temptation to go after people that went after you when you know they actually did commit crimes? He's like, it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, like, the part of me thinks that like I should make them go through what I went through because I went through hell, and I did it the hard way. And then Biden pardons them, lets them off the easy way. But keep saying like the best possible revenge is like overwhelming success, and I mean shit, like what a mature way to handle it, and like control of your emotions way to handle it.
I saw this gentleman today. He was talking about, he made a lot of amazing points, but long story short, he pretty much breaks it down and he says, you guys are so focused on what social media, or the news, mainstream media wants you to pay attention to, talking about Trump as racist. But at the end of the day, all the major cities, as you could tell by the voting, is run by Democrats, right? And your local, and the way our Constitution and the way our balances works is that at the end of the day, your local politicians, right? Your local judges, your local courts have more power than you think, right?
Yeah.
And that's where a majority of people don't pay attention, don't go out and vote, right? That's why it's important to vote every single year, not just every 4 years on presidential elections. And then he literally says, if you really want to get down nitty and gritty with it, Democrats are rocking all of the cities.
Yeah.
All your inner cities, where all your crime is, all where your judges are putting all these kids in jails or not putting them in jail, right? Because we've seen a lot of that now. Nobody goes to jail unless it's politically driven or, I don't know, obvious murder, right? But
right.
That is all in the cities ran by Democrats. And he was like, you guys are worrying about the big mean orange man, but yet you won't go vote every year. You're not going to your town hall meetings. You're not going to all these things and that you could be a part of within your own community that affects your everyday life. And yet you're just worried about Trump. But at the end of the day, if you really look at it, it's Democrats that are running all these cities.
And look at how nasty they were when they were going after people. Like they for the people who say that they're worried about Trump being vengeful, like look at the way that they will go after people they don't like, the political dissonance that disagree with them. Like they went after them with the political motives and a vengeance. Like that was some nasty shit.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find that video quick to show you, but keep going. But yeah, essentially, here it is. Let me see if I can get that to you quick. If you can put it out, he made excellent points. This one might be.
We cut out.
No, I sent it to you. Do you want me to just play it? I don't know if it's
send it to me and I'll put it up on the screen. The thing cut out for a second.
I did. I just sent it to you already.
Okay. Guys, let us know if you're still hearing us all right. What'd you send to me? You didn't send anything to me?
Yeah, it's already sent. It says delivered.
On text?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
I'm telling you, I didn't get it.
I'll send it again. Well, it's from TikTok right now. I don't know if you could play it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Just went through. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll wrap up on this because the connection's starting to be weird.
Okay. Good copy on the audio. Thank you, Steve P. We ended up getting 322 points, 322 votes. Everybody's more curious about.
Hell yeah. 322 votes. Wow, almost everybody.
Yeah.
Good stream. The day that we get 1,000 live, let's see, what's something cool that I could promise to try to make it happen? Let's think about that.
How can systemic racism be a GOP problem when the Democrats control all of the systems in the Black community?
Did you cut out? Brandon? Oh, no. Hold on, guys. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Are you guys getting Brand? I'm not getting Brand. He might have froze. Uh-oh. Are you guys hearing me? Chat, let me know. Thumbs up if you're here. Yeah, Brandon froze. Okay, dope. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, the video, TikTok said you ain't gonna show this video. YouTube don't want it. Oh, there we go. All right, let me call him. Let me figure this out. Let me see what's going on. I don't know what to do here. He's the one that hosts it.
Forwarded to voicemail.
I don't know. I can't end the stream, and I'm not going to. So let's just wait. Yeah, I mean, the system's coming down on us. They don't like what we're putting out there. I can't really. Let's see. Give me some thumbs up, guys, if you guys like that chat, the stream tonight. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see coming up. Anything we've missed. Is there anything from the pardons or any of the executive orders? DV, this is your moment. Yeah, like I'm kind of just waiting here, but let me know if there's anything you guys we haven't hit these last couple days. Anything you want to see? Anything? Just waiting on the JFK. You know, we're kind of on that one big time for sure. Tariffs make us less competitive. I don't know, brother. I mean, it worked really well for us in the first run he had. Let's see. That might be, I guess so, huh? I don't know if that is a thing. I mean, I know some people had mentioned earlier that due to what? Due to all the swearing that our chat was being monitored or something like that. I'm just waiting here. Let me see. All right.
Oh, wow. Yo.
Yeah, I can't end the stream. I'm still here with them. What do I do?
I lost my Wi-Fi for some reason, but I'm gonna jump back on and
Okay.
so just read the chats. Well,
Oh yeah, I'm kind of talking with them right now. All right, chat. He'll be right on. He's coming right on. Brandon will be right back. Where is Taylor Swift? Oh God, who knows, Monica? Who knows, Miss Monica? Swearing doesn't break TOS. That's what I thought. Tariffs work for the rest. Yeah, exactly. Newfie, I'm on you on that. Tariffs work for a lot of people. A lot of other countries make a lot of money off of ours, off the U.S. thanks to the tariffs they have on us. So I mean, it's got to work for us at some point. RFK with Barack. Actually, I saw a thing. Actually, I don't know why it came up on my algorithm that allegedly. I don't know if you guys have heard this. Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston, allegedly. Interesting. RFK is the most interesting scene as you have a lot of info on RFK. And yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I see where you're saying. You're kind of more. You're leaning more to RFK since there's not as much out there. Okay. Stevie P. Yes, sir. I can't understand why he's still in the art. So see if there's any money. Did you guys like this is actually, I'm very curious about this. How'd you guys feel about Trump saying about was it the House Speaker came out and said that they're actually going to look into Biden and the Biden family into why did they do this pardon? It was something that they tried putting out there saying that Trump was going to do on his last term, and they just criticized him. They brought the hammer down on him, and he never even did it. And yet when Biden does it, now it's glorified. Let me know what you guys think about that. Show your feet. That'll get Brandon tons of views. Yeah.
That crashed out. So if that's not some deep state stuff, I don't know what it is.
It happened to me earlier. My camera said was disconnected. My camera is on my laptop. And my Wi-Fi started being weird. I know.
Wow.
When yours went out, I was like, whoa.
They're tripping.
And then I was just sitting here and I was just with chat and I'm like, oh, all right. So I was like, yeah, Brandon has control of everything. I can't do anything.
Well, hey, good shit. Right. Holding down the fort.
Yeah, of course.
This was a good one though. I mean, it sounds like we're gonna have an exciting day tomorrow, and like I'm glad we do this every day because I feel like if you don't do it every day, you kind of fall behind the news cycle. Like even doing it once a day, I feel like I'm letting stuff slip, and like I might even start doing it twice a day if we got to set up at work. But as always, guys, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. We have to think of something cool to do once we hit 1,000 live for the first time. Like I'll do some crazy shit once we hit that because I think that's when we've officially made it.
Make a couple shirts, raffle them off.
No, I'll like go like do something ridiculous or whatever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll talk about it. I won't be able to get on tomorrow, Saturday. I got to be at the station. So,
all right.
Unfortunately, I could probably do the audio how Umberto does it from the phone.
I thought you'd be busy there.
I mean, if I get a call, I'll just have to. I mean,
I don't want somebody's house to burn down because you had to talk shit about current events.
I mean, like if it just be on the chat, we'd be talking. Next, thing you know, you're yeah, guys. So I really think. Hold on.
Wait, what's your take on the deep state?
I'm in the middle of a burning building.
Oh shit.
All right, come on, hit that outro, baby.
I have an idea. Maybe once we hit 1,000 live, I'll ask Pat if he wants to be on, or if he'll grace us with the courtesy of being on. Because I haven't asked him yet. I want to ask him, but I want to like have something cool to tell him before I ask him. You know. So think about that. Share with your friends. Hit like. All that good stuff. We're getting there. Love you guys. See you next time.
Love. Hit the outro.
And I'm gonna put all that stuff in the description for the chat group and the Connect and all that. So I'll see you guys later. Much love. You know, we talk about the deep state, we talk about the globalists, inflation versus deflation. Well, I mean, you're at Mar-a-Lago. I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?
Oh, it worked like a charm on you guys.
Let's go, Brandon.